Congressman Dan Crenshaw, Republican from the state of Texas, joins me now. Congressman, you've got a solution for those Canadian truckers. What is it?
Well, I mean, I have jokingly pointed out that, look, here in the United States, we do have a trucker shortage, and we do have a visa program where these truckers can apply to.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the broader point I want to make is Americans often take our freedoms for granted. We take our Bill of Rights for granted. We take our Constitution for granted. We just assume that other Western nations like Canada, like Australia, also have those same values, and generally they do. Yep. But they don't have a backstop. They don't have these constitutional protections that stop emotional politicians from overreacting. And we've seen that happen in these, what we thought were freedom-loving Western democracies. You have to love our Constitution. You have to be grateful for what we have here.
Should we end the vax mandate in the United States?
Oh, I've been trying to end that since it was even brought up. I introduced a bill. So the vax mandate that we have in place right now applies to healthcare workers specifically. And I've introduced a bill to repeal that. That was the one thing the Supreme Court did not rule on or did not overturn, which was very frustrating.
Got it. Now, you're on the House Energy and Commerce Committee. What happens to the price of energy, oil, nat gas, if Russia invades Ukraine?
Well, look, I do agree with the general analysis that prices will probably spike. Now, I don't think that Russia will just cut off gas supply to Europe, because that would be mutually destructive. Russia relies on that money, those exports, to actually fuel their economy. But they may do some of it in order to leverage an agreement over Nord Stream 2, for instance. So I think that's where that uncertainty is where you'll see a spike in gas prices. This is why Republicans, by the way, are so emphatic about energy independence here in the U.S. and also exporting our energy. We have plenty of it. We didn't always know we had plenty of it decades ago, but now we do. The world has changed quite a bit. And so you take that to the logical conclusion. If America was supplying the vast majority of Europe's gas, these price spikes wouldn't happen. There would be more stability in the market. You know, when we lifted the crude oil export ban, we got a more stable market globally, not a less stable one. You know, it used to be that Middle East conflict would cause price spikes, but that doesn't really happen anymore. Nobody cares because we make it ourselves. And Democrats want to do the opposite. They want to ban exports based on some, I think, overly simplistic argument that banning exports would reduce prices here. I think that ignores a lot of other context in the long term and the fact that gas is a global commodity.
The president's going to deliver his State of the Union address March 1st. I've been saying that I think he might declare victory over COVID and just take the credit for that. Would you like to make any predictions as to what he's going to say?
Well, you know, I'm trying to think of some positive things. Generally, when a president does a State of the Union, you know, it's a bragging session. Like, look what we've accomplished over the past year. But Biden's going to have a really hard time doing it. Inflation is the highest it's been in 40 years. Gas prices are the highest they've been in 7 years. We still have Americans stuck in Afghanistan. Russia's on the verge of invading the Ukraine. You know, Americans aren't super happy right now, especially in Texas, because we've also got a border crisis to speak of, one of the worst in decades. So I'm not sure what this guy's going to brag about. We all know what the actual State of the Union is, and it's not so great. And, you know, so, yeah, looking forward to see how he can possibly spin that.
I'll bet you he declares victory over COVID and takes the credit. That would be positive. Not true, perhaps, but it would
nobody
be
will believe him.
Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, but I don't think anybody will believe it. Thanks, Marty.
Okay.